Save the neck for me, Clark.
Okay, Eddie.
The first thing, and it's really an awesome habit if you know you're going somewhere where there's going to be tons of desserts or tons of just crazy choices, is to pre-eat. And that, let's say your party starts at 7, prepare yourself a meal at home that you enjoy, that is in line with your goals, and sit down and eat that meal at home, and let that be what you're considering your meal for the night. Let that be your dinner, so that you can walk into that party or that situation already full, already feeling like, I am on it. I have prepared to stay on top of my goals tonight. I'm gonna eat in line with my plan tonight. Then when you get to the situations where you're tempted to, or you want to try something, there's something that looks delicious, you can have some and taste it and enjoy it without feeling like, I'm hungry and I need to eat, so I'm going to fill up with this pie or cake or cookies or whatever.
The only other thing I would add on that one is, and I just hear this a lot, where you've got a big party coming up and it's like, oh, well, I'm going to eat really light all day so I can have whatever I want at the party. Treat that day just like any other day. Have your regular breakfast, have your regular lunch, then go into that meal. If it's something where you feel like, I know there might be some parties where you would feel rude not to eat, you could always ask ahead, what are you serving, and have a small snack ahead of time. There's kind of ways to kind of go about that too. So even finding out what's being served is always a good idea.
And kind of a follow-up to that is our next point. And not only could you call ahead to see what's being served, but you could call ahead and offer to the host or hostess, like, hey, what can I bring? If they'll either tell you a main dish or a side dish or something, and then you can bring something that you know what's in it, you know how it was made, you're 100% comfortable eating it, it's a healthy option, to share with your friends, and then you're contributing. Then it's a positive interaction and a way to contribute, so that that you have something like a safe food. Like, okay, if there's nothing else for me to eat that doesn't seem outside of what I want to do, I know I have this dish that I could put on a plate and not be rude and be a part of, the atmosphere of the party.
All right, so the next one, the 1-plate rule. So have you ever been to a buffet at a party? Yeah. And sometimes more options doesn't make it easier. You kind of want to dive into everything. So what we would suggest is to actually look at everything before you make any decisions. Look at everything what's being offered and stick to 1 plate. So as hard as that, maybe there's a side salad where you grab a little bowl and you put a little side salad or something in there if that's something served, but stick to 1 plate. And that kind of rolls right into the next one where it's prioritizing your options. So making sure you're getting some sort of protein source, sticking to a lot of vegetables. If there's stuffing that's offered and it's a family thing, if you stick to 1 plate without creating like 5 stories tall, then you'll be good. Because it's that going back for seconds, and pretty soon the seconds becomes an entire second meal. So that's kind of what we want to avoid. So just pick your favorite things that you really want to choose. If there's healthier options that you're going to enjoy, prioritize those things on your plate. Do you want to tag anything on that?
No, the only other thing would just be, to prioritize those healthy things on your plate. And then if you love Aunt Tilly's mac and cheese, there's going to be a spot on your plate to have enough that you can taste it and enjoy it and be able to, talk with her about how you've loved the mac and cheese since you were 4. You still have that engagement and that interaction without being rude, but you know that your plate looks like something that you're still proud of. Mm-hmm. So that allows you to kind of fill up with the things that are healthy and then fill in with the things that you want to just have that taste of.
The last one with just having a seat, I think the big thing here is actually, if you can, set yourself up with the environment where you can actually sit down and have your meal sitting down, having nice conversation. It really should be about family, friends, that kind of thing. So have that be the memory versus always having it be about the food, because typically it's always about the food when it really should be about the engagement with everything else that's going on. So just throwing that in there.
And that's kind of a good rule of thumb just in life in general, if you can plan to, or if you can create the habit of sitting down when you eat, you know, my mom joked, she's like, well, I'm standing, so it doesn't count because I'm burning calories, you know. It's like, that's the opposite of how you should think about food, you know. Sit down and enjoy your food, and that can help you just be a lot more intentional with what's on your plate.
It's the gift that keeps on giving the whole year.
That it is, Edward.